What is your net worth?
My net worth is, let me just be sure. Okay. Mr. Speaker, my net worth is 2,361,332,249.
Made out?
Largely by developed and undeveloped properties, which include my homes in Mombasa, Vipingo, Nairobi, and Malindi. Shareholding in some property holdings. Shareholding in family businesses. Valuables. Honorable Kimani Ichung'wah referred to them as jewelry, but it's just basically watches. And cash at bank.
Okay. What is your net worth?
Net worth is 462 million shillings.
Made of?
Made of assets that I have, like homes, land, where I do some bit of farming, and a few businesses that I have.
What is your net worth?
Mr. Speaker, I need to explain this. From the time I was here to now, Mr. Speaker, once I was approved, I got an opportunity.
Answer the first question.
No, I will add it, Mr. Speaker. Just give me 1 minute.
What is your net
I
worth?
will conclude with it. That, Mr. Speaker, there is a scheme in the public service where if you are a public servant, you can get a mortgage. So after I was approved, I took a mortgage of 40 million, Mr. Speaker, and invested it. Mr. Speaker, beside that, Mr. Speaker, my assets have generally appreciated, the ones that I had before, based on the calculation of the index existing by about 20 million. And Mr. Speaker, other earnings from farming and other businesses, I got about 10 million. So from when I was appointed up to now, I have increased by, Mr. Speaker, plus or minus 70 million shillings, meaning that from the 550 that I declared when I was last year appointed, it is now 620 million, Mr. Speaker. Including all the loans and everything, Mr. Speaker.
Wacha uchokozi wewe. You want to say including watches? I heard you.
Not that one. Not that one, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Murkomen.
Mr. Speaker, let him confirm. There's a Kenyan here who says you actually have 2 choppers, and they fly all over Kenya and doing all manner of things. Is that true?
On any aerial transport?
Not yet,
in the
Mr.
name
Speaker.
of choppers?
No, not yet, Mr. Speaker. Maybe in many years later when I've retired.
Net worth in terms of wealth?
Okay. So my net worth is a combination of mine and my husband, and it's 455,845,320.
You and your husband?
Yes.
Honorable members,
that is Mr. Speaker.
Yes?
That's the Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
I think because
yes, Caleb.
Yeah, because this is a House of Records, so I propose you divide into 2.
Chairman, it is not necessary to be divided into 2. It can be another way.
Don't break families.
Yeah.
If they own it jointly, if there's a dispute, the courts will decide. State your net worth.
My net worth, Mr. Speaker, is as of today 980 million.
980 million?
Yes.
Comprising?
I have provided comprises of I have pieces of lands both in Garissa and Nairobi, my house in Nairobi, my house in Garissa, my cattle ranch in Garissa, my rental property in Nairobi and Garissa, my shares in family-owned business, my camels and cattle and motor vehicles, and Mr. Speaker, lastly, I have got good revenue from the book sales of my autobiography, which is one of the best selling book, the #1 best-selling book as of today.
How much were you worth when we last vetted you?
851.
851. What is your net worth?
That one I need to be my net worth is
What did she tell us?
about, where is that document? It's about 300, net worth is about 300.
You don't know your wealth of head?
No, not of, it's mine and my husband. So maybe what? It's 300 and what? 327,650,000.
How much were you worth when we last vetted you?
I was worth slightly less. When you vetted me, Mr. Speaker, last time, I was worth 218,400,000.
So you have had some nominal growth.
Kidogo.
You've grown by 100 million.
I have grown in those 2 years. Yes. Yes. I was just a few adjustments. It is the properties that have increased in terms of appreciation in value. And then there was one tenant that was not paying my family rent, and they paid about 14 million, about sometimes in March. So
do you use your office to get them to pay?
My office of MP, of minister?
Yes.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I am not the one who corrects the rent.
Thank you, Alice.
Yes.
My net worth is about 530 million Kenya shillings.
530. Made of?
Well, it's largely cash, a little bit of cash, real estate, a lot of interest in real estate, developed, and also farms. I have farms all over, Honorable Speaker, in Siaya. In Siaya.
You've been buying out your neighbors?
Not really. I also have a farm in Narok, Honorable Speaker. I've got some plots in Kitengela.
Yes.
In Migori, yes. In Honorable Junior's constituency.
In Bungoma?
Bungoma, no. I have got some residential houses in Migori.
Yes.
Yeah, in Nairobi here, on Kangundo Road.
Yes. That is unsolicited information. What is your net worth?
Mr. Speaker, my net worth stands at 243,448 million Kenya shillings.
How much were you worth at the last?
It was 156 million Kenya shillings.
What has occasioned the growth?
Mr. Speaker, it's largely appreciation of assets, private business, and one asset acquired within Nairobi, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. What is your net worth in terms of personal wealth?
My net worth is that 1 million Kenya shillings.
That 1 million. What is it made of? You've done much better than your age mates.
I come from a region that is engaged in farming.
Yes.
So I've invested in lands and planted crops, tea, if you've been to the region.
Yes.
Coffee, bananas, and other.
Mira.
Definitely.
Yes. What is your net worth?
My net worth is 214 million shillings.
Yes, made out of?
Made up of my residence, my family residences. We have apartments. I have vehicles. We have plots and land. I have deposits in a bank's account.
What is your worth?
694 million.
Made of?
Made of I have two homes, one in Nairobi and one in Tharaka Nithi. Then I have landed buildings, about 235 million. My two homes are worth 190 million. And then I also have savings in circles and banks. I also do legal practice, so I have a bit of revenue that I've generated through my law firm, and that is it. And I forgot, Mr. Speaker, when I was filling in, I forgot to add, I have vehicles of about 17 million, which are not part of that report. I apologize. I remembered after I had submitted the...
Mr. Chairman, my net worth is 444 million shillings.
444. How much were you worth when we last vetted you?
When you vetted me about 22 months ago, my net worth was 397. Mr. Chairman, I have not increased the assets, but what I have done is to revalue modestly the properties, taking into account the appreciation, and that's why it is unrealized, but it is an effect of valuation to be on the reasonable side of things.
Can you tell us your net worth?
My net worth, Mr. Speaker, is 380 million. And Mr. Speaker, my net worth, the difference between, I saw some of my colleagues have done their calculation differently, but my understanding of net worth is it's assets less liabilities.
Liability, yes.
So if you take all the assets that I have, and I wish I had my file here.
I've seen your calculation.
Yeah, it's 308.
You have 437.
Yeah, 437
less 57
assets.
million liabilities.
Yes.
You are 380.
Yeah, and the liabilities is mortgage within Parliamentary Service Commission.
Circle loans.
Circle loans, about 31, about 20 million, about. And finally, there is the KCB Bank loan of about 12 million.
How much is your net worth?
My net worth is 90. Sorry. My net worth is 95,323,000. 95 million.
Okay. Made out of?
Movable assets, 5.5 million. Immovable assets, 54 million.
Hold on, Margaret. Page 12. Go on.
Immovable assets, 54 million. Treasury bills and bonds, 25.6.
Movable assets, you mean cars?
Yeah, movable assets. Yeah, I have one car.
Yes.
I have immovable assets. That is house, land. Yeah, mainly. I have SACCO shares, 1 million. I have treasury bills, 25.6 million. I have cash and cash equivalent of about 11.5 million.